Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions a card game, we continue on with the Mad Titan Shadow with Scenario 2, Tower Defense. So nowhere, what's going on out there? The landing zone is overrun. Cosmo needs help. I'll deal with the invaders. You stay here. Don't worry about me. I have everything I need right here. And at the sanctuary, the Maul has failed, Lord. His battalion will not return. Let us take our soldiers to nowhere. The Power Stone is no longer on nowhere. I brought it to you. The Reality Stone can be found within Avengers Tower on Earth. You offer the final 2 Infinity Stones. What is your game, trickster? I always like to play for the winning team. Also, my brother is among those who guard the Reality Stone. I wish him dead. Corvus, Proxima. Take your army to Earth, secure the stone, and bring Loki his brother's head. So destroying the towers where we're going off to. So for this one, we've got 2 main schemes and 2 villains to deal with. The active villain is going to swap back and forth. Avengers Tower is something we need to protect. And there is some modular difficulty if we choose to do so. Since this is my first time playing, I'm going to choose not to. They give you a description on how they want that set up. Put the shawarma play side scheme into play. Security breach is in the campaign pool. We'll shuffle that into the encounter deck, but it is not. So with that, take a look at our cards. So Villain 1, Proxima Midnight. Schema 1, attack of 2, force interrupt. When she attacks you, choose to either deal damage to Avengers Tower, or she gets +2 attack for this attack. 9 health per player. Cannot be defeated while Corvus Glaive has any hit points remaining. And then he has a scheme of 2, attack of 1. After he makes an undefended attack, discard the top card of the encounter deck, deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower for each boost icon on that card. And he cannot be defeated until she is down at 0, so we need to get them both down to 0 health. He's 8 per player. So one of our main schemes is getting us our setup, and it's going to tell us to review the other main scheme. And on this side, it's Proxima's midnight scheme, so they're going to be alternating back and forth. So she is scheming on this one, he'll scheme on that one. Force interrupt on this stage would be completed. Remove all threat from this stage instead. Then deal 6 damage per player to Avengers Tower. Then on this one, when revealed, put the Avengers Tower environment into play. Stronghold side up, put the focused defense attachment into play attached to this stage. Each player searches encounter deck for a copy of the Black Order Besieger and puts it into play engaged with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. And for this one, threshold of 6 per player. Force interrupt on this stage would be completed. Remove all of the threat from this stage instead. Then deal each player 1 face down encounter card. So the other things being put out. Avengers Tower. Unique rule does not apply to the tower, so we can have our other copies in the game. Force response after damage is placed here. If there's at least 9 damage per player here, remove all of it, then flip this card. And basically it goes through the same thing here, but if it gets 9 per player damage on it, then we'll lose. Focus defense, the villain who matches the attached scheme is the active villain, so this is going to swap back and forth between those 2 schemes, making them alternate between who's the active villain. And force response after the player phase ends, attach this card to the other main scheme. And our Black Order Besieger, schema 1, attack for 2, 3 health. After they engage you, choose to either deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower or deal 2 damage to your identity. And then our side scheme coming in. Hinder 1 per player, 1 defeated. Each player shuffles 1 copy of Shawarma into their deck and flip this card over. And that's going to bring in a nasty villain. But this is the card that we'll be getting into our deck. So might be worth it, might not. Then for our heroes, Spectre, I'm going with the Power of Justice. And of course, Adam has his way of doing things. So she has 1 for thwart, attack, and defense. Energy transformation, force response. After you change to this form, choose a face down energy form upgrade and flip that card face up to change to that energy form. Hand size of 5, 11 health. Recovery of 3, she gets her 3 energy form upgrades, which I have down here. Force response after you change to this form. Turn all your energy form upgrades face down. Hand size of 6 on this side. And Power of Justice, we've got 2 of those. Under Surveillance, Sense of Justice, and 3 for Justice. And Lay Down the Law, we've got 2, and 1 Multitasking, 2 Spycrafts, then Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Agent Coulson, Wiccan, Speed, and Quake. And basic cards for her, the 3 resources, Endurance, Downtime, Deft Focus, and Ready to Rumble. For Adam Warlock, 4-1, attack 1, 2 defense. Battle Mage, as an action, discard a card from your hand, limit once per phase. If that card is Aggression, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Justice, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Protection, heal a damage from an ally. Leadership, give a hero +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense this round. Alter Ego, recovery 3. Avatar of Life, during deck building, your deck must include an equal number of cards from all 4 aspects. You cannot include more than 1 copy of any non-Adam Warlock card. And as an action, discard a card from your hand to remove a status card from him. Hand size of 6. So basically I have 6 cards of Justice, Protection, Aggression, and Leadership. And then got Crew Quarters and 3 basic resources. So Determination, clear the area. Counterintelligence for Justice, Multitasking, Zone of Silence. Then Protection, we've got Clea, Energy Barrier, Momentum Shift, Second Wind, Night Nurse, and Defensive Stance. Aggression, Lie in Wait, Spider Girl, Relentless Assault, Piercing Strike, Clobber, and a Magic Attack. And then Leadership, Yondu, Major Victory, Squirrel Girl, Hawkeye, Laser Blaster, and Inspired. All right, finish shuffling up our encounter deck. So in the Black Order procedures came in, I had the option of putting a damage each on Avengers Tower or them taking 2 damage. Of course, I chose to hurt the tower a little bit. And then getting 6 cards per player here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, Speed of Light, Energy Duplication, Photon Speed, Power of Justice, Pulsar, and Wiccan. So those work for themselves, and so does all that. We'll get rid of the Pulsar. Well, yeah. We were at just 1 card. Jessica Jones. Probably a bad decision there. And then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Strength, Cosmic Ward, Karmic Blast, Genius, Relentless Assault, and Spider Girl. So I like my resources. I like an ally. We'll pitch those 3. Quantum Magic, Senses, and Piercing Strike. And they all work. All right, we're going to flip over. We're going to choose Photon, +2 thwart, and remove a threat from a scheme. Yeah, this one. Then Speed of Light, change energy forms and draw a card. We are going to go Gamma, +2 attack and deal a damage. Drawing into Speed of Light. We will attack for 3. Speed of Light, change forms and draw a card. Back to Photon. Drawing into Strength. We will bring in Wiccan. After he thwarts, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal a damage to an enemy. So we're going to have him thwart for 1. And deal 2 damage. Then we'll play Energy Duplication, Hero Resource, exhaust this, generate the printed resource on your face-up energy form upgrade, which we're going to use to bring in Photon Speed. Hero Action Thwart, change to Photon Energy form. We already are, and remove 4 threat from a scheme. If you're already in that form, ignore the crisis icon for this thwart. So we're removing 4 threat from a scheme. Might as well get this going on. When defeated, each player shuffles a copy of Shawarma into their deck and flip that card over. So got those handy. Get those shuffled in here. And then, unfortunately, there's other stuff on that card. All right, scheme of 2, attack of 2. 4 health per player, so 8. Toughness, 2 victory points. She engages a first player. After she engages you, discard a card from your hand. Well, I don't have any cards in my hand. So that worked out well for us. We are going to flip over, attack for 1. Bring in Mystic Studies. After you resolve his Battle Mage ability, draw a card. We are going to discard an aggression to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Triggering this to draw into Mystic Senses. Ooh, sweet. We're going to bring in Spider Girl. After you play her from your hand, stun and confuse a minion. And attack for 2. And we're going to end her turn. Going to keep the senses, discarding Quantum Magic. So 4 more cards. Crew Quarters, Major Victory, Second Wind, and an Energy Barrier. And over here, Pulsar Shield, Spycraft, Gamma Blast, Under Surveillance, and another Gamma Blast. That's going to flip. We get 2 threat on each. She's going to attack over here. We're going to choose to put a damage on the tower. So she's just a base 2. We are going to take it. So 3 damage down to 8. Lose stunned. Attack over here. Do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Damage from this attack defeats an ally. Deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Nasty. But not an ally. So it's just doing 3 damage to us down to 8. And counter cards. Infantry, Guard, give the villain a tough status when it's defeated. Scheme 1, attack for 2 and 4 health. And over here, the villain schemes. For base 1, give the villain a tough status card. And pass first player. All right, we are going to put in another copy of Mystic Senses. We are going to discard a protection, which will heal the damage from an ally. Allow us to draw 2 cards, Shawarma and a Karmic Blast. Attack for 1 to get rid of Tough. Attack for 2. You know what? That was silly. Taking that back. We're going to play Karmic Blast, deal 4 damage to an enemy, discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, deal additional damage. We're just happy with the 4 to defeat this guy, and when defeated, give the villain a tough status card, which he already has. But I'm wondering, yeah, that probably switches over to this one, so it probably doesn't matter with 2 villains. Then we will get rid of this tough one. Then we're going to have Wiccan Thwart for 1. And deal 0 damage somewhere. We'll go ahead and use that for Gamma Blast. Hero action, change to Gamma Energy form, which is going to allow us to deal a damage to an enemy. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you're already in Gamma form, this attack gains Overkill. We'll do the 7 here, down to 9. Then we're going to attack for 3. She goes to the victory. End her turn. I'm going to hold on to him. And I'm going to hold on to Gamma Blast. So, energy duplication, genius, sense of justice, and lay down the law. And over here, clear the area, momentum shift, and zone of silence. So we got the 4 there, and 5 there. After he makes an undefended attack, so he's attacking for 1. Spider-Girl's going to jump in front of this one. So 1, 4 damage. Same thing over here. Wiccan's going to defend for 2. And counter cards. Deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. That's not nice. And attach to Corvus Glaive, he gains Retaliate. Her action, take a damage and spend energy and physical resource to discard this. Gives him +1 attack. And pass first player. So we are going to bring in energy duplication. We're going to thwart for 3. We're going to play Gamma Blast using these 2. Change to our Gamma form, we already are, so we get Overkill. So we're dealing 7 damage, taking him down to 2. Going to pitch a Justice card to remove 2 threat from a scheme. Draw 2 cards, Night Nurse and Cosmic Ward. Then we're going to bring in Clea. When she's defeated, shuffle her back into her owner's deck. She's going to come in and attack for 1. Then Major Victory. Thwart 1, attack 1, 2 health. When he's defeated, choose a friendly Guardian character to ready. He is going to attack for 1, along with Adam Warlock, to get him down to 0. End her turn. I am going to keep Sense of Justice. So we've got Ready to Rumble, Deft Focus for Justice and for Justice. And over here, Lie in Wait, Magic Attack, Counter Intelligence, Yondu, and Cosmic Awareness. So 2 threat on each. We will put a damage here, attacking for 2, 3, down to 5. Then attacking over here, we're going to have Clea take it, so base 4, 5, 6 damage. She gets discarded, so shuffled back in. And counter cards. Oh wait, he has Retaliate 1. Forgot about that. Could have just thwarted with him. So attach a villain who's not the active one. So he's going to be attacking for 3. All right, 4, 5. Pass first player. So we are going to discard an aggression to deal 2 damage. Draw 2 cards. Clea and Karmic Blast. We'll then bring in Yondu. His attack gains range, so he ignores Retaliate. So he'll shoot for 1. Then thwart for 1. Then we're going to use these two to bring in Sense of Justice. Exhaust that to generate a mental resource for a thwart event, which we will do for Justice. So since we're making that mental, we can remove 4 threat from a scheme. Then we're going to bring in Deft Focus. Exhaust that to reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. And flip and heal for 3. Ending your turn. I'm going to keep Clea. Drawing 4 more. Inspired, Cape, Determination, and Multitasking. And over here, Agent Coulson, Endurance, Energy, Quake, Lay Down the Law, and some downtime. So 2 threats. That goes to 4. He is attacking over here for a bunch. We're going to defend. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage coming our way. 6, 7, 8. We block 2. We're taking 6 down to 2 health. These 2 get discarded. Then scheming over here for base 2. Add the other villain scheme and attack to this villain scheme and attack this activation. So 1, 2, 3, 3. Counter cards, the villain schemes. For 1, 2, discard a card at random from your hand. Right, we've added the 2. We're losing a card at random. Determination. We're not determined anymore. And cut city under attack. Hinder 1 per player. When defeated, the player defeated the scheme draws a card. So it's coming in with 4. Pass first player. Officially this got picked over. We are going to recover for 3. Flip. We are going to go Photon, removing 1 threat from somewhere. Oops, that's a main. In that case, we're going to go Gamma to deal a damage. Then after you change form, remove 3 threat from a scheme, 4 if you paid for this using mental. We're using Sense of Justice for that. Get rid of that so we get to draw a card. For Justice, going to bring in Agent Coulson with the help of these 2. After your enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add it to your hand. If I disturb the encounter deck, or my deck, but we're just taking that, putting it in our hand. Of course, he goes in play. He's going to thwart for 2. We are going to bring in downtime to get +2 recovery over here. Then for Justice, just removing 3 threat. Over here, we're going to bring in our Cape. So after we resolve his battle ability, we ready him. So we're going to use this to remove 2 threat from a scheme, which will ready us and allow us to draw 2 cards. We got Hawkeye and Squirrel Girl. He's going to attack for 1. Then we're going to flip over, heal for 5, up to 7. And end the turn. Keeping these for him and keeping that for Spectrum. So we get his staff, nice laser blaster, energy, and a soul world. And over here, multitasking, pulsar shield, gamma blast, and speed of light. So 2 threat on each. Attacking. We'll take that up to 9. She's just going to take it, so 2. Add the other one's attack to this. So 4 damage coming our way, down to 7. Scheming for base 1. Just 1, nice. Counter cards. City under attack again. And regeneration cycle. Give to add a Warlock player. May flip to alter ego. We already are. Exhaustus to remove it from the game. Or discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Place a threat on the main scheme for each different aspect discarded this way. Doesn't sound good. We are just going to exhaust then and remove that from the game. Pass first player. Since there's no healing, we'll just flip over. We're going to discard a leadership card to give a hero +1 to everything, which is going to ready us, allow us to draw 2 cards for Justice and Clobber. Then the Karmic Staff, we can exhaust that to generate a wild resource. We're going to give Yondu a laser blaster attached to a guardian ally. Gives them max 1 per ally, get +1 attack, and overkill. So he's attacking for 2. Down to 12. Then use that to bring in Hawkeye. 4-1, attack 1, 3 health. Gets 4 arrow counters. Their minion enters play, remove an arrow from him to deal 2 damage to that minion. He's going to thwart for 1. Oops. No, he's not. So we can't do that. So in that case, attack for 1. And Adam will attack for 1. Going slow. Spectrum is going to thwart for 1, 2. Oh, she's in attack mode. In that case, we're going to change our energy form and draw a card. So we're going to change to Pulsar. No, Photon. Remove a threat from a scheme. Then thwart for 4. Which allows us to draw a card. Oh, we drew a card for that too. So we got Daredevil and Speed. Then we're going to Gamma Blast. It's a superpower using these 2 and that. Change to a Gamma Energy, which is going to deal a damage. Down to 9. And then we deal 7 damage to an enemy, down to 2. We're going to use Sense of Justice to pay for this. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this using a mental resource, remove 2 threat from a different scheme. Then Coulson will thwart for 2. I'm going to spend energy and physical resource to take a damage. To get rid of that. And that's going to end her turn. Going to keep Quake. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pip, defensive stance, magic, cosmic awareness, counter card, and shuffle. We're almost at the point where we're flipping them. Watch them heal. Zone of Silence. Over here, Power of Justice, Spycraft, Photon Speed, and Blue Marvel. So 2 threat on each of those. It's attacking over here for just 1. We'll defend. So 1, discard a card at random from your hand. And we lose Pip the Troll. Then attacking over here. She still has that, but he's going to defend for heal 2 damage from the active villain. All right, he's up to 2 health and tough. Annoying. And counter cards. And I need to get busy. The villain attacks you. Major Victory defends. Base 1, 2/3 damage. He goes out. When he's defeated, choose a friendly guardian character to ready. Acceleration token, and that applies to both schemes. Get these shuffled up. Midnight activates against you. Put that down there. Defend, so she's going to be a base 2, 3, 4. So we're down to 5 health. And then over here, discard an upgrade or support you control. If none were discarded this way, the card gains Surge. Oh, we'll get rid of Death Focus. And pass first player. All right, we're bringing in Quake. 4/1, attack for 2, 2 health. After minion schemes, exhaust her to deal 2 damage. She's coming in, attacking for 2. No, we got her to 0. We're going to use those to bring in Blue Marvel. After he enters play, change energy forms. Actually, I don't want to do that yet, I guess. Attack to get rid of toughness. Then we'll bring him in to change our form. We will go fort removal. Then he'll attack for 2. All right, we've finally taken down the first level. So now 22 health. Pretty much everything's the same, except the attack's a little harder now. And same thing, 24 health, and she hits a little harder. All right, for him, we're going to pitch a Justice to remove 2 threat. And ready, and draw 2 cards. Cosmic Ward and Spider Girl. We will bring in Spider Girl. No one for her to stun and confuse, but she's happy with attacking for 2. Down to 20. Yondu's happy attacking for 2, down to 18. Then we'll use the staff to bring in Cosmic Ward. Forced Interrupt, when you reveal a Treachery card, cancel its when revealed effects. And he's going to flip and heal for 5 up to 10. Ending her turn. We're going to keep both of these, Cosmic over here and Photon on this side. So she's getting 2 more, Photon Speed, Shawarma, and counter card, and shuffling 2 more cards coming her way. We'll get this nice and shuffled. Agent Coulson and Deft Focus is back. So Cosmic Awareness, Crew Quarters, Strength, Clea, and Karmic Blast. 3 threat now. All right, attacking for 3. Quake is taking it, so really it's attacking for 5. 6. If damage from this attack defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to the tower. Oops. Up to 13 out of 18. Then scheming over here for base 1, 2. Then encounter cards. After engages you, choose either deal a damage to the tower or deal 2 to ourselves. Sorry, tower. Pop him for 2. And attach the Proxima Midnight. She gets Overkill and Piercing to get rid of it. Take a damage, spending energy and mental to discard that card. And over here, the villain in each minion engaged with you attacks you. Oh, I'm sorry, Surge. And to attach to the villain who's not the active one, so Corvus gets that. Pass first player. All right, so basic resource, we're going to bring in Crew Quarters, Alter Ego action, heal on damage from an Alter Ego. Oh, what was coming out? Yes, those. So that Surge would have been canceled over here. So we can take that back a step. That's no huge deal. Use that to heal 1. Flip over. Attack for 1 to get rid of this guy. Then we're going to discard a protection to heal an ally. And ready, and draw 2 cards. Energy and Genius. Sweet. So Cosmic Awareness, remove 3 threat from a scheme, discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, remove an additional threat from that scheme for each different aspect discarded this way. So starting with that one. So that's 2 different, so that's 5. Then Deja Vu, do the same thing over on that side. So there's the base 3. Can we get 4? 1, 2, 2, 3. We're good with that. And for good measure, you know what? We're going to thwart that last one off. Yondu, attacking for 2. Down to 16. Spider Girl, attacking for 2. Down to 14. Karmic Blast, deal 4 damage to an enemy, discard up to 4 cards from the top. Same thing we have been playing, except attacking. So we're doing 4, 5, 6 damage. Down to 8 health. We're going to bring in Agent Coulson, go looking for a preparation card. And it's going to rhyme with Spycraft. We are going to spend those resources to take a damage. Get rid of that. Use that to bring in Spycraft. Play only if you have a spy character. When revealing a counter card, discard this to cancel the effects of that card and discard it, then reveal another one. Then we're going to flip and heal for 3, up to 8. Coulson's good, doing nothing. He will attack for 2. And we're going to hold on to Photon Speed, ending our turn. So 5 cards: Speed of Light, Multitasking, Gamma Blast, Photon Speed, and Jessica Jones. And over here, Counterintelligence, Soul World, Squirrel Girl, Inspired, and Karmic Blast. So 3 threat on everybody. Corvus is going to attack. We want a defender, so it's a base 2, 3/4 damage. Scheming over here for a base 2, heal 2 damage from the active villain and give him tough status. This is up to 8. And tough. And 2 threats. And counter cards. We're under attack again. And gain Surge. So this one's not forced. That was the difference with the other one he's got. Attached to the villain who's not active, they're getting +2 to their next attack. All right, next player. All right, Monica's going to heal for 3, up to 11. Flip over. She's going to go Photon to remove a threat from a scheme. Then jump into Speed of Light to change forms and draw a card. Going Gamma to deal a damage. Drawing into Pulsar Shield. Then we're going to play Photon Shield, using those to pay for it. Change to Photon Energy form, which is going to remove a threat, which we can only take off that, and then, well, I guess that works. I'll take that down to 2. Oh no, then we remove 4. We weren't 4 Photon to start with. So at least get rid of that. And that's going to let us draw a card into Wiccan. Coulson's going to thwart for 2. But we'll take that 2 from this side. Because we're going to do multitasking, paying with a mental resource, because that copies this to remove 2 threat from 2 different schemes. Then we are going to Gamma Blast, changing to our Gamma energy form and dealing 7 damage to an enemy. All right, so Gamma deals a damage down to 7, and we're dealing 7 damage to an enemy, down to 0. Then moving over here, we will thwart for 1. Discard Justice to remove 2 threat from a scheme, which is going to let us ready and draw 2 cards. Karmic Blast and Cosmic Ward. We'll use our staff to play Inspired, attached to an ally, giving him +1 attack and thwart. So Yondu is attacking for 3 now. Down to 21. Attack for 1, down to 20. We'll do Karmic Blast and see how much more damage we can do. So it's a base 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're doing 7 damage. Down to 13. Of course, we get a friend there and shuffle. All right, maybe one more turn. This one definitely takes some time. We're going to play a Cosmic Ward here. So try to remember to cancel our first one revealed. That's going to end our turn, so we're going to ready. Going to keep wicking, so we're getting 4 more here. Speed, Strength, Daredevil, and Speed of Light. And over here, Second Wind, Clobber, Soul World, Squirrel Girl, and Shawarma. 3 thread on everybody. Attacking over here. Put another damage. 15, that's getting dangerous. We're just going to take this hit. So it's a base 5 damage coming in. We're down to 6. And that goes away. Over here, up to 16. He's just going to take it. So 1, 2, 3. Add the other ones, 4, 5 damage, down to 6. And counter cards. All right, Shadows of the Past. We are going to Spycraft that one. Cancel that and get the next one. Cannot change energy forms. All right, Alter Ego action. Exhauster, remove loss of control from the game. So we can't change forms. All right, nasty. Then over here, choose either deal a damage to the tower or deal 2 damage to an identity, to your identity. We can take that down to 4. And we're under attack. All right, we're going to play Clobber. And we're going to use the staff to pay for it, along with Soul World. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this is the first card you played this round, return this card to your hand. It's down to 10. Then we're going to discard it for his ability. No, wait. Attack for 1 first. Down to 9. Then discard it for his ability to do 2 damage. He's going to ready and draw 2 cards. Got multitasking and energy barrier. And I know it's a little late, but we all know I would have popped this guy if I was thinking properly. Then I will bring in Squirrel Girl. Thwart 1, attack 1, 2 health. After she enters play, deal a damage to each enemy. Down to 6. Yondu swings for 3. She'll hit for 1. We'll have Hawkeye swing for 1. We're going to heal ourselves for 5 damage because we can. And have him attack for 1. So that's all it needed to take. Of course, we could attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. Brought in Daredevil. So 8 more damage could have come if needed, but it wasn't needed. So that is Spectrum and Adam Warlock going up against Avengers Tower defending. Barely kept that on the right spot. All right, so with our victory, save the Charmer place was defeated. Add that to the campaign pool. Black Swan is in the victory play, so ignore that. And Avengers Tower is still on its original side. So, as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.